Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is Play Dead Live BioZone Level Up. Hopefully we've got the correct title and everything ready to go. I'm just trying to push to get all of this info out to you guys because we got a pretty busy stream. So we are going to go through some of the level up and remind you guys kind of what led us to where we are, where we finished the last level up. As you guys remember, it was a saloon level up. You guys had just fought Chuck Norris and battled for the saloon, and there was a portal, and then we did the level up, and then you guys went through the portal. And I will say it's been 2 months, believe it or not, since we leveled up. I know it seems like it wasn't that long ago. 2 months. So a lot has happened. What has happened? Well, it started really with the waterfall. So we're going to go through a little bit of the path, and then I got a PowerPoint presentation, so I had to figure out how to get all that laid out for you guys. So some brand new information. And what's important about the path that you guys went through is that's really where you gained your XP. So think about what we did in order to get here. And I'll show you guys just one example of what I'm talking about and kind of where we started. And then you'll kind of remember all the fights and all the battles that you went into. Because, of course, as I said, we went to the saloon level up. And then it was enter Stonelands. So when we entered Stonelands, that was, we crossed over from the portal. And then we went through the waterfall section. We had moonshot falling. A little bit of river rafting. More river rafting. And then we had a Morpheus. So we had the Morpheus fight. And then after that, really went to the path. The second week was, we were out on the shore. And as you guys know, it was a tribute to Fly Rod and to Trigger. But you guys were fighting hammerhead sharks. You followed Bazar. We started to find out about all of those toxic waste barrels. So the toxic waste barrels really had a big play in what we were doing. And then you guys fought Nessie, climbed up, and then after Nessie, it was Echo and the Triceratops and Terry. And then we went from there to that really, really freaky scene with all the camouflage snakes. And then we ended up at the edge of Sarah City. So Sarah City was a little bit of battle, and then you guys had to go inside Sarah City. And then once you went inside Sarah City, it was kind of like a gauntlet fight, wasn't it? I mean, it was one fight after another. You guys remember those fights? Because there were a lot of XP on the line. I think it was about opening a door. And then a little bit of entropy. And then a little bit of eclipse. And then a little bit of sludge. And then let's not forget Xanator. And finally, after you beat a little bit of the bio faction, you had to go in and we had those flowers, and then you were fighting Papa and Barry, and we had the Kel birthday tribute, and then you had to fight the Watcher. Remember the Watcher? Just popped out of nowhere, watching you guys from the surveillance room. You left the Watcher to run into Bazar, Marcia, and Maltese. And just when you thought you were in good shape, you ran across the shrine of Mammon, and then we had that epic battle with Mammon. Only to leave Mammon and really enter the BIOZONE. In the BIOZONE, you started out with a little bit of slime, a whole lot of memories, a couple trapdoors, which led us to this week. And then you had to deal with the wall. So there's a lot that you've done in the last 2 months. Probably more content, more fights, more battles. I mean, 1 week you had Nessie, Echo, and Terry. Then you had Entropy, Eclipse, Sludge, and Sanator. Papa, Barry, and Watcher. You guys have downed more content in the last 2 months. And I got a feeling the next couple months are going to be even bigger and better. So, I love the scenery. I love the background. So let's take you to the BIOZONE level up. And it is going to be hosted today by the one, the only Chalice. Chalice at the Palace. So I'm going to ask for some volunteers. Who wants to know where they stand with XP? XP Incorporated. Decision making. Items used. Attendance. Some of you missed some attendance. We had some really, really good strategic gameplay. All right, well, let's jump out. You know what? We got plenty of time. Craven wants to start working on his character record sheet and wants to see where he stands. So let's bring Craven Light up here. So Craven Light, I got you. You were level 16. And your total XP was 2,040,000. You had a pretty incredible run over the last 2 months in perfect attendance, adding 550,000. Craven Light, your new total, 2,590,000. And if you don't see where that puts you on the grid, 2,590,000. Congratulations, you just moved up to level 18 for Craven Light. Pretty easy there. Now that means a little bit more ATT. We'll talk about ATT in detail in a little bit. All right. I see Ocean Man. Ocean Man. Amazing attendance this time around. Ocean Man did not miss a single beat the last 2 months. Love the attendance. It must be the new tanking gear. So, Ocean Man, I had you coming in at 2,330,000. Very good run for you as well. Ocean Man adding 500,000 to take his new total up to 2,880,000. And on the grid, you can see he's just a few potions short. Ray, I think after you finish the next set, I think you're going to catch the group. Ray moving up to level 19. First ever level 19 in Play Dead Live history. And 3 million is the cutoff. And look at how much you need to go from level 20 to level 21. 500,000 just to go up one level. So it certainly starts to add up pretty quickly. So congratulations to Ocean Man. Let's make the avatars a little bit bigger. All right, I saw Football Master. Where's Football Master? Now, Football Master has been checking in. We know he's got some football games going on, but Dimes has been getting him some XP. So Football Master was at 2,110,000. Level 16 was a little bit light, but because of the effort, we went ahead and bumped him up 390,000. Going to take him to 2.5 million. 2.5 million is exactly the cutoff he needed in order to go from level 16 to level 18. Congratulations, Zach. So far, we got a level 18, and a level 19. All right, let's see who wants to go next. I saw Deadly Dimes. Now, this is a big number because Deadly Dimes, first of all, she never misses any time. She uses a ton of items. She uses bonus XP elixirs and does not hold back. So Deadly Dimes was level 18 at 2,560,000. Deadly Dimes, 550,000. The first person ever in Play Dead Live history, that's right, to eclipse 3 million Deadly Dimes, 3,110,000. Congratulations. You have moved up to level 20. Deadly Dimes moving up to level 20. That deserves some congratulations. Level 20, guys. 2 years of Play Dead Live. And today we have multiple people that have moved up to level 20. Amazing. And I feel like the journey's just beginning. All right, I see Kat. Kat, let's go ahead and get you up there. Now, how about this? Kat started out late. 6-8 months late. Never missed a beat. And just like Deadly Dimes, unbelievable amounts of items. Kat, 550,000 as well. Put her at, she was at 2.4 million. Put her 50,000 short. But you know what? She's got the XP potions. Kat joining the group. First ever tank to go to level 20. Congratulations, Kat. You are right there with everybody else. And I think Craven's going to be there very soon. Kat with an even 3 million. Now you got to work a little harder. All right, let's get some more volunteers. Who wants to go next? Give me some names. All right, I see Busy Bee. Now, this one was pretty good. Now, Busy Bee never misses Play Dead Live. Never missed a Play Dead Live. Middle of the pack. Upper middle of the pack as far as items used. But super, super creative. And you guys might have forgot, Busy Bee got a bonus 100,000 XP in the Shrine of Mammon. Taken. Busy Bee, listen at this. This was really good. Busy Bee went from 2.5 million, barely. She was at level 17. Oh, I'm sorry, barely at level 18. Busy Bee with 600,000 XP, the highest XP because of the Mammon XP. Taking Busy up to 3,100,000 You're barely behind Dimes. Dimes is 3,110,000. Busy Bee jumps all the way up to 3.1 million. Barely in second place right now. And level 20 for Busy Bee. That's what happens when you fight a major devil and you figure out how to throw a few coins and stab them in the back. Attendance, items, creativity, all of the above go into the decision making for level up events. All right, let's get Shaman Sheila in the house. I saw Sheila up there. Now, Sheila, we know, missed a little time, but you know what? About a year ago, Sheila had worked, and I said, Sheila, you got to get there, get the bonus, get the on-time XP, get a couple rounds in, get some hits when you can, because it all adds up. You might not get the killing blow, you might not get the items used, but the attendance and making the effort, it helps. Always helps. So check this out with Sheila. So Beasley was at 1.8 million. Beasley managed to get 450K. Taking her from 1.8 to 2,250,000. Sheila going from level 15 to level 17. So moving up 2 levels, congratulations, Sheila. All right, let's get Animal Joe in here. Animal Joe. Same thing, we know. He can't be here the whole time, but he gets in for the final few minutes. It makes a difference. So the animal was at 1.6 million. Animal coming in, even in limited time. And items used, because one thing I'll tell you about Joe, when he gets in the game, he starts blasting. Animal, 250K, taking him from 1.6 million to 1,850,000. Level 14 up to level 15 for the animal. All right, let's get some more volunteers. Who else wants to jump up there and see how their XP is working? All right, I see Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide, another late starter, but doesn't hold her back. Listen to these numbers for Crimson. Crimson Tide was at 1,750,000. Perfect attendance the last 2 months. She brings it as well. Crimson Tide making up a little bit of the difference, 550K, bringing Crimson 2.3 million. Crimson Tide going from level 15 all the way up to level 17. Pretty big jump there. Catching up, making up some ground. Level 17 for Crimson Tide. All right, let's get Bones. Amy. Now, I know, Amy, one of the weeks you missed was a big, big week, right? But the other weeks you were here, falls into formation, drops to heal and seal for the group. And the good thing was, Amy was at a pretty high score. She was at 2,390,000. The 1 week, though, was the tough one. But still, you managed to gain 400,000 based on items used, based on the attendance the rest of the time, to take you up to 2,790,000. You still leveled up 2 times, taking you from level 17 up to level 19. And still within striking distance to hit that level 20 with the next level up. So Amy's new total, 2,790,000, double level up. Been 2 months since we did a level up, guys, and we got some level 20s here. All right, we've got all right, let's get a few more volunteers. Let's get some mirror people in here. How about this? Come on, mirror, fall in line. We'll go, because I want to roll through this. We're going to start with Moonshot. Moonshot has some good gameplay, too. Moon was at 2.5 million. Certainly rewarding, good gameplay, good decision making. Remember that move on the bridge? Moonshot did the sly smoke. Moonshot with 500K. Taking him up to 3 million. Moonshot. First ever level 20 sniper in Play Dead Live history. All right, let's get Kel. Kel started out 2,540,000. Kel is a high volume user. She brings the firepower. Always top 5 in items used. Kel, 550,000. Moving up to 3,090,000, just below Busy Bee and just below Dimes. Dimes 3.110, Busy Bee 3.1. Kel, 3,090,000. Moving up to level 20. Level 20 medic. All right, B-Dub. B-Dub missed a little bit of time, but you know what? She had a cushion going in. This is why you build up a little bit extra, because you never know when you're going to miss a week or two. B-Dub came in at level 18, 2.6 million. B-Dub able to procure, did you guys see? When she plays, she brings it. 400,000 for B-Dub, taking her up to 3 million and barely hitting the level 20 curve. B-Dub, congratulations. She lost a little bit of that cushion, but she didn't lose any of the level, still managing to get to level 20. All right, let's get Samurai. Samurai came in at 1,750,000. Samurai able to bring in 550,000. You guys saw the gameplay. Starting to cut the distance. And again, remember, when you're lower levels, you're on a multiplier. So you can't necessarily pass people that are ahead of you unless they miss time or you do something that gains more XP. But if you're 2 or 3 levels behind, your damage scales higher because it's on a lower level. So Samurai able to get 550, just like Crimson, taking her up to 2.3 million. Samurai going from level 15 to level 17 as well. Now, when you're even with the group, proportionally, you're splitting that up differently, so you don't always gain more than the group. They get a bigger piece of the pot. But Samurai going up to level 17. Congratulations. Nixie. Nixie, always steady, always engaged, always right there for the on-time XP. Nixie was at 2,370,000 and level 17. Nixie able to get the allotment as well, 500,000. Taking Nixie up to 2,870,000 and moving that engineer from level 17 up to level 19. All right, let's get Tiny. Now, Tiny must have known that Cat leveled up because Tiny was at 2,440,000. Dimes, he got 500,000, but you know what? He's got the XP potions. Tiny going from level 17 up to 3 million. Congratulations to Tiny the Tank going up to level 20. And Ocean Man says he's the second best tank in Sly. All right, let me get some more volunteers. If you're here and you're ready to go, all right, let's get some more arc up there. So we'll get Julia. Then we'll get Jim. Then we'll get Dow. And then we'll get Valar. Julia's certainly trying for the perfect attendance award. Not only is she here, Julia is the combination of attendance and items, and for the last 3 months, she has been top of the XP leaderboard. Will that stay the same? Jules was at 2,630,000. She was barely ahead of B-Dub because B-Dub was 2,600,000. In fact, I think they were 1 and 2. Julia able to add 550,000. Now Busy Bee started catching up, but Julia actually pulled away 3,180,000. Julia going up from level 18 to level 20, and she is up atop of the leaderboard right now in total XP, 3,180,000. Trying to make her way to be the first person to get to level 21. Still a ways away, because remember, at level 20, it's 500,000 to level up. So congratulations to Julia. Perfect attendance, items used, fun gameplay, all of the above. Certainly recognize your contribution as well. All right, let's go to Gemstone. Gemstone coming in at... She was at 2,570,000. Gemstone able to add 450,000. Barely getting over the curve, but she got over the curve. 3,020,000 Gemstone leveling up 2 times. Going from level 18 to level 20 as well. Both them warriors in Arc up to level 20. Watch out. All right. Dow had messaged me, said he would not be here. Now, Dow, much like football, much like Sheila, working on Friday nights, it's a little tough. But Dow logs in, gets a move or 2 in, gets his own time XP, trying to do little by little what he can to help the group. And sometimes he finishes early or takes his break, and then he gets in like the whole battle. Dow was at 2,410,000, level 17. Dow added 400,000 to his total, going up to 2,810,000, moving Dow up to level 19. All right, and let's get Valar. Now, we know Valar has no problems with XP. Valar steady. Even when she works, she's in. And she plays a lot when she works, by the way. Hope her job's not listening. And when she's not working, she is usually top 3 in items used. Valar was at 2,540,000. Valar with 500K, bringing her total up to 3,040,000, going from level 18 to level 20. So congratulations, Valar. Moving up to the max level. All right, let's get some Vox in the house. Father Ron. I think Ron said he was out on the lake today. So hopefully he can listen in or get to play back. Father Ron was at 2,500,000. The messenger of the Lord never misses a Friday night. Is creative with his gameplay. And Father Ron just leveled up. Father Ron went from 2.5 million to, he added 530 to 3,030,000. Father Ron and his priestly attire going from level 18 up to level 20. I see Trigger. Trigger, jump on in. How about Trigger on Friday nights as well? Trigger is playing and she's got a fan club there with her. Trigger was at level 17. Listen at this one. She was at 2,400,000. Trigger adding 550 was 50,000 XP short. She's got the potions. Trigger, congratulations. Welcome to the 3 million club. You made up that slight little difference you were lacking. Trigger goes from level 17, 3 levels up, to level 20. Let's get Fly Rod. Fly Rod was at 2,310,000. Fly Rod was at level 17. Fly able to add 300,000, taking him to 2.6 million, 2.61 as a matter of fact. Fly Rod going from level 17 up to level 18. All right, do we have Mist the Ninja? Mist was at 2,300,000. Mist added 450K to take her from level 17 all the way up to level 19. Mist, 2,750,000. Level 19, congratulations, Mist. Unforeseen. Amanda had missed a few weeks at the start of Enter the Stonelands. Then the last few weeks, she's gotten hot, gotten back involved with the exception of one. Amanda was at 1,865,000. We added 300K to Unforeseen, taking her to 2.165 and level 15 up to level 16. All right, and last but not least, that's right, my long-lost son, Will the Bill. Will had moving and buying a house and working overnights and all this stuff going on. Yeah, and there was a six-pack involved in one of them. But nonetheless, we saw Will's value the last couple weeks, right? Did you guys see Will last night? I'm sorry, did you guys see Will Friday night? Turning off electricity? When Will is part of the group, Will absolutely brings it. Will was at 2 million. And he was level 16. Will, with the creativity and the effort the last couple weeks, and he was M7. You better believe he was. He was not holding back. And that's why Will added 250,000 to take him from level 16 up to level 17. Will still getting a level up, even though he missed some time because of the awesome gameplay and decision making. I've got Julie J from last week up to level 14. Deacon up to level 14. J-Law level 14. ATM Pope Alexander level 14 and Skylight level 14. And that, everybody, is your level up. Now you know your level, you know your XP. When the portal is up, you'll be able to see how much XP you have. It'll be on your main page. And I had to take a little extra time to figure out how to do PowerPoints on OBS. It's not as easy as just putting a PowerPoint on a projector. So, if you guys are ready for about an hour presentation of what we're going to incorporate into the portal, how we're going to simplify the game, what your new stats are going to be, give me a 999 and I'll walk you through all these slides. And I'm going to be flipping back and forth. I'll try to keep it as concise as possible. This is going to answer a lot of your questions with where do I use bionics, how many bionics do I need, what class am I going to play, what things can I level up now, all of the above. So this is going to be great for new players. It's going to be great for some of you guys that are very confused, and it's also going to simplify the game for our developers, for our portal, and for each of you. And you'll see some brand new stats, and I think you're going to be excited. Ranger Chris is screaming, 999. What's up, Chris? Chris, you tell them. Tell them we're buddies. Make sure they know that. All right. Well, here we go. So buckle up. We got a little bit of time. Here's the presentation. Now, if you guys can all see that, everybody should be able to see the cover page. Okay. All right. As I said, it's weird in OBS. So we're going to talk about inventory and upgrades, and we're going to switch the slide here. Now, does this look familiar to everybody? There's your character record sheet we started out, and I'm going to go through the parts of the character record sheet because this is going to change. And this is kind of where we started out. You can see the logo, class, experience points, so on and so forth. Who would have thought when we created this character record sheet that all of this stuff is going to be on your online portal? So where it says base health, that's your starting health, current attribute, total health, damage goes in the little bicep, then your base damage. So we had all these different stats. Now, it's cool, but it is a little confusing. Because then you see below percent chance, you see all these colors, says focus, brawn, strength, intelligence, guile, agility, faith. Those are important. But down below that, that's where each class got their bonuses to level up. And we had focus, which means snipers. They initially got 2 range damage. Well, what's the difference between range damage and melee? Well, none. Brawn, plus 2 health. Strength, plus 2 damage. Intelligence, plus 1 damage, close, plus 1 health per level. Guile, you see where it goes. Minus damage per level, so on and so forth. So it's hard to keep up with reflection and mitigation. So the attribute simplification, the XP grids are going to be provided, so you'll see your XP. It'll trigger the level up feature on the account page. So when we put it in on the back end, it's going to show up on your account page. This will be visible. It'll have your ATT level and also keep up with weapon and armor levels. Now these were cut and pasted. They're very fuzzy, so don't worry about it. But I want to take one from each class. So it's important that the web developers understand that you basically get a chance to pick one of 7 classes. So when you start to play our game, you can be a ninja, tank, medic, sniper, engineer, priest, and warrior. Now what we know is that each one of these classes have a different benefit. But you know what? It didn't always feel like that. It felt a little bit like, I like being a sniper and I can steal a pet, but basically I'm the same as a warrior because warriors can use ranged weapons. So we've changed that. All right. So once a character is selected, they start at level 0 and 0 XP. So everybody that plays the game, when they start out, you're 0. You got no armor, but what you do have is you have base stats. We used to roll for attribute from 1 to 6, and then we started all new players at a 6 attribute. So when you hear ATT, ATT has 2 meanings. It's your ATT number, which is the attribute, but you also have an attribute name for each class. Focus, guile, intelligence. Everybody understand that. That there's a type of attribute and there's an ATT number. They're different, but they are connected. And I think this is where people get a little bit confused. So all players start with this. So check this out. We've added 2 new stats that we did not even talk about in the beginning. All players will start at 5 health, 1 damage, 5 base, 0 AP, and 0 APR. These are your 5 stats that you'll measure, that you'll be able to upgrade. No more, no less. No reflect. All right. Based on a character's chosen class, they will increase their ATT, we know that, and one of the other stats. So a sniper's attribute type is focus. And what focus means is that that sniper is now going to raise 2 damage and 1 health per level. So snipers, you got an extra point of health you didn't have before. So look at a sniper starting out at level 0. 5, 1, 1. 5 health, 1 damage, 1 base, 0, 0, 6. That sniper goes to level 1. They get that point of health. So now they're health 6. They get 2 points of damage. Now they're 2 damage. No base, no AP, no APR, and they get ATT. Sniper goes to level 2. Now they go health 7. Now they go damage 5, base 1, 0, 0, and they go up an attribute. All right. Everybody clear? Because this is going to be on the website, and when we put in your XP, all these numbers are going to populate, and then when you go to your character record sheet, they're going to populate there as well. But for now, snipers basically got to go back and add some health to your total. And if you have a question, you can stop me. Let's go to another class. All right. A ninja's attribute type is agility. After each level up, a ninja gains 1 ATT. There's their attribute. 1 damage and 1 AP. How do you like that, ninjas? You don't get as much damage as the warriors or the snipers, but ninjas are the only class that will add armor pen. And the reason is because ninjas are like rogues, and rogues are kind of known for backstabbing and just like stabbing through the armor. So ninjas, they get no health per level. So you can see, look, level 2 ninja, still 5 health. They get no base, but they get damage and they get AP. All right, engineers are going to be happy because engineers probably got the biggest buff, and I'm going to say engineers probably needed it because they were in that mitigation category. So it probably wasn't always calculated 100%. So if you're an engineer, it's a good day. An engineer's attribute is guile. After each level up, 1 ATT, 1 health, 1 damage, and 1 armor pen resistance. So level 0, engineer, 5, 1, 5. We know 5 health. I'm sorry. Actually, these are wrong. That is wrong. A level 0 engineer is 515. I think the base is wrong in all of these. Yep. See, you guys didn't even catch it. Ah, who's not paying attention? Remember, everybody starts with base 5. Five, 1, 5. So, an engineer, they're going to get that 1 point of health, so they go from 5 to 6. They get that 1 point of damage, and they get that 1 point of APR. What do you guys think, engineers? How are the engineers feeling right now? Pretty good. All right, let's go to medics. Now, a medic is intelligence, and look at what medics get. So medics get 1 ATT, 1 health, 1 damage, and 1 base. Base and health became 2 separate categories, and now we treat them as such. One health, 1 damage, 1 base. So medics, very, very versatile. All right, let's go over to the tanks. Tank's attribute is brawn. Now, tanks didn't change, but they did change, because remember, health and base are 2 separate things. So tanks actually get 4 attributes. So a level 0 tank is 515, and look at that, 717919. So you get to add to that health, and you get to add to that base. Pretty nice. All right, priest, another really, really good upgrade. If you're a priest, it's a good day for you, because priest will gain 1 ATT, 1 health, 1 base, and 1 armor pen resistance. Father Ron might be out on that lake, but I guarantee you his eyes just perked up, because look at that, 51500. Now he's 61601. They get no damage, but they get health, base, and APR. And warriors are loving it as well, because warriors, look at this. They start out at 515, and look at how the damage starts to scale. Look at these level 3 warriors. Warriors now get 3 permanent damage per level. Now, if you're doing the math here, those level 20 warriors just gained 60 damage. Ridiculous. So warriors are certainly the de facto damaging class. So think about this in the shape of the game and how we want the game to be. Warriors are the hardest hitting class in the game. They should be. Snipers are the second hardest hitting class in the game, and they should be, but they get a little bit of health in case somebody runs up on them. Tanks absorb more damage than anybody else. Ninjas got your armor pen, and the other classes are mixed, where there's a lot of versatility in those classes. So those are the new stats. Everybody hopefully had a chance to take down your stats. All right, here's the important thing with the stats. Now, what I want you to think of, forget about all your armor and to forget about all your weapons right now. All I want you to think about is how you personally can level up your ATT, your personal base, your personal damage, your personal health, your personal armor pen, and your personal armor pen resistance. Just forget about weapons and armor right now. because that's what these bionics are geared to do. There's certain bionics that only work on you, and there's certain bionics that only work on your armor, and certain bionics that only work on your weapons. Okay? So first thing we're going to talk about is attribute score. You can see right over Rocket's picture, a level 0 character is ATT 6. Each level they gain 1 ATT. So every time you level up, you get a free ATT. So if you never apply any threads, any bionics, nothing to you, if you're level 10, what is your ATT? A level 10 character that has applied no threads, no bionics, what is their ATT, everybody? That is correct. It's 16. All right, so now what I want to teach you how to do, I'm going to teach you how to go to 17. Really? 6? Julia? Julia wants her ATT to be 6. Julia is a warrior, and her attribute is not intelligence. It's actually strength. All right. So let's say you're all level 10 characters, and your ATT is 16. So if you get 4 wild cards, you collect just 4 wild cards. What is your new ATT? If you're level 10 and you just apply 4 wild cards to yourself, what is your new ATT? $17. Okay, now here's the catch. Once you apply those 4 wild cards, you've already established that. So in order to get another point, you can't use 4 wild cards. It gets harder. So now that you've gotten that first tier under your belt, now you got to go after the second tier. So the second tier means you got to get 20 wild cards because you need a wild card for each thread set. And you have to collect 5 of each of the 4 different types of threads. And they're hand, foot, shoulder, and elbow. So that means overall, it's 20 threads and 20 wild cards. You guys see how that works? But it's got to be the right combination. So now you go down to this combining 20, and you put that together. Now you're ATT 18, which means you can level up a couple epic levels higher than other people. Then it gets a little more complicated because now you have to combine 40 wild cards and 10 of each of those same threads that you just turned in. But then you got to add 10 red threads and 10 bionic hearts to it. And that's your third tier of ATT. But we didn't want to stop there because we want you to have power over your characters. So let's go to the 4th tier. This one would get you up to ATT 20 if you're level 10. Now you got to have 80 wild cards, 20 of each of those threads, 20 red, 20 neuro, 20 bionic hearts, and 20 bionic brains. And then you guys know we just added the bionic souls. So that's the 5th upgrade. All right, so that's all you need to know about raising your ATT level. If you have that chart and you collect those and you turn them in, now you can gear better weapons. you can upgrade to higher tiers, because what we did was we made the amount of times you can upgrade weapons and armor is equivalent to your character's ATT. Now, you might not think that's a big deal, but let's say, for example, Tammy is ATT 25 and Bonnie is ATT 24. And they both have Doom. And they both had leveled it up 24 times. And Tammy just raised her ATT. Now, let's say, for sake of argument, they leveled it up the exact same way, and both of their damage is 1,000. Now, Tammy just leveled up one more ATT, and she's got 25 Onyx skins. What is the damage on Tammy's Doom now compared to Bonnie's? Bonnie's is 1,000. What is Tammy's? And you guys wonder why inventory takes so long. $1,250 is correct. So do you see why it's important to level up, and you wonder why some people are hitting harder than other people? Because leveling up with those skins, and we do have people before today's level up event, they were level capped. And now they'll be able to take a piece of gear and level it up 2 more times. So I want you guys to dig into these numbers, because this PowerPoint presentation is for all of y'all. It's to make sure you guys understand it. And the value of raising your ATT through either leveling up. Now, what does that also mean? It also means that experience points on Friday night is pretty important as well. So you don't want to get too many levels behind other people, because once you start leveling up your gear and your weapons, you're going to be 1 or 2 tiers behind. You can always make it up. But in a perfect world, you want to have a high ATT, a high level, and a lot of Onyx skins. All right, so that's how it pertains to your weapon. Here's how you raise your base. If you combine 10 Onyx torsos, you add 1 point of base to your body. So let's start out. Little math quiz for everybody. At level 0, all of y'all are level 0 right now. What is your base at level 0? Not what I put in initially, because I put in 1. What is everybody's base that starts out at level 0? It's 5. All right, so let's say you just started the game and you bought a whole bunch of boxes and you didn't play yet. So you're still level 0. We're going to make this one easy. You got no XP, but you managed to get 10 Onyx skins. You're on the website and you're like, hey, I got these 10 Onyx skins out of the auction house. And you apply those 10 Onyx skins to your body. What is your base now? Before you put on any gear. Because remember, we're not talking about gear, we're not talking about weapons. What is your new base if you apply 10 Onyx skins? It's 6. And remember, once you apply it, those come out of your inventory, and then you try to collect the next set. So once you've turned in those 10 Onyx, you can never turn in the 10 Onyx again, because now you have to get 15 Onyx and 15 Pearl. So you still haven't leveled up. You're level 0, but you turned in that first tier. So now you collect 15 more Onyx and 15 more Pearl. What is your new base? You're level 06, and you collect 15 of those 2. Absolutely. This stacks. Now your base is 8. And then you decide to collect 20 onyx, 20 pearl, 20 sapphire. And you go up 3 more. So check this out. Once you hit that 3rd tier, you've already added 6 base. You've more than doubled your base. You started at 5. And once you get to that 3rd tier, you've added 6 more. That's 11. These are cumulative. Not every ATT is not cumulative. ATT is 1, then another 1, then another 1, then another 1. Base is 1, then 2, then 3. By the time you get to the 4th tier, you've added 10 base. If you're a class like Ocean Man, check this out. Ocean Man, at level 0, you're base 5. You go up 5 levels. Now your base is 15. And you collect 3 tiers of that. Now your base is 21. So see how the leveling with the bionics, with your character, all come into play. These stats will be on your main page, and they will automatically funnel into your character record sheet before you ever equip. This is why I need you guys to know it, because you're going to go on your character record sheet, and you're going to look at it and say, wait a minute, I haven't put on any armor yet. Why is my damage 20 and I'm a warrior? Oh, that's my damage with nothing. All right, so you can go through tier by tier. You can see if you collect 25 of each of those. And again, once you apply them, they come out of your inventory, and you kind of got to start over. All right, is this helping you guys? All right, so recently, this one's an easy one. This is probably the easiest one. Energy Orbs. A level 0 character is health 5. Each level, some classes gain health and some don't. Gear is a way to increase health, but combining orbs can push it even faster. Every set of 25 energy orbs, when added to a character, increases their health by 10 points. There's no limit to the amount of orbs that can be applied. Very easy. Each one is 10. So if you start out and you're level 0, your health is 5, just like your base is 5. So you collect 25 of these orbs, your health is now 15. So if you're a class like a warrior and you don't gain health as you level up, energy orbs allows you to get that health that you need. We have people here who have already turned in 125 energy orbs. So we have people that have already added 50 extra health to their character. When you started out at level 0, you were 5. But collecting energy orbs, we already have people that just without gear are 55 health. All right, those are your orbs. Let's go on to another one. This one is probably the most often confused, but it's easy. It's very much like the torsos. In fact, it's exactly like the torsos, except instead of adding them to raise your base, you're adding these bionic weapons to increase your personal damage without items. I have people who message me and say they want to apply 10 bionic hammers to a hammer, or 10 bionic axes to a rifle. These are turned in and they are applied to you to make your punches stronger, your damage stronger. So just like the energy orbs, all right, a level 0 character, all level 0 characters start out with damage what? What is your damage at level 0? Everybody. It is 1. So you collect 10 bionic hammers, and you double your damage to 2. Now, you may not think that's a big deal, right? Whoa, wait a minute. 2. So let me explain how some of this is going to work next year, because you guys are all like level 16, level 18, level 20. You guys are a bunch of badasses. But when we create the online PvP version of the game, you're going to have level 0 Craven Light and level 0 Killshot. And Craven's going to be 5 health, 1 damage, 5 base. We might roll alts. And I may go in and be like, oh, hang on. Before I fight Craven Light online, let me collect 10 hammers. So then me and Craven PvP against each other. Remember I said we're going to do that like that Atari Pong where you got your little pixelated avatars and you'll get an online version of the game? So me and Craven don't have gear yet, but we want to play. But I managed to get 10 bionic hammers. Now, Craven is 515, I'm 525. So that means I'm going to hit him twice as hard. So every time I hit him, he's going to go from 5 health down to 3. He hits me, I'm going to go from 5 down to 1. So I hit him twice, he goes down to 1. He hits me twice, I go down to 3. I hit him a third time, I finish him off. So these early bionics are going to be kind of fun to play around with when you create alt characters and you play online. Now for you guys have already collected a lot of these. So you'll also be able to apply these to your alts. So when you collect 15 hammers, 15 axes, now you get 2 more. So if you're level 0, you went to level 1, you've stayed at level 0, you added the first one, you went to 2, now you go from 2 to 4. You collect that third, you go from 4 to 7. Everybody got it? Does everybody understand how the hammers, axes, maces, swords, how all of those work? And how to collect your bionics? Okay. Now I made the next ones easy for you guys because I wanted to go back to easy. Brand new introductory stat. We know we've kept up with Armor Pen, but level 0 characters, Armor Pen is 0. Some classes, ninjas, gain AP, some don't. But arrowheads are now a way to increase your damage. Arrowheads are like energy orbs, except you need more of them. 50 arrowheads will add 1 AP to your own personal character stat. Now, for higher levels, you're going to catch up. But again, use my example for the online game. Me and Craven are PvPing, and we both have level 2 alts. And Craven managed to get some nice plate mail. Well, I don't. But I have collected some arrowheads. So now I'm hitting Craven for Armor Pen. So his armor might be 5, and he may be buffing my attacks, but now I cut him down to 4, or cut him down to 3. So my Armor Pen is now going to be important. So 50 arrowheads. And last, and certainly not least, I love this one. The Spider Silk. Same thing. A level 0 character in Armor Pen, resistance 0. Some classes, I think there's 2 classes that raise APR. 50 Spider Silks will raise your APR. Once again, if I'm an introductory class that doesn't have this, this could be a huge, huge advantage, much like resilience in World of Warcraft. This is going to allow you to prevent some of that armor pen. Okay, that completes your personal character upgrade section. We've shown you how to level your ATT. We've shown you how to level your base, your health, your damage, your AP, your APR. You guys ready to talk about weapons? Now I'm going to show you how to level up your weapons. I know most of you have somebody else do it for you. But once you go online, I'm going to show you how easy it is to do it for yourself. All right, let's start out with a Locust energy sword. Now, the stats on here are not correct. Don't go back and say those aren't the real stats. Assume these are the correct stats. So, gemming and glyphing are what we call short-term enhancements. Playdead Live features over 500 different weapons, and each can be used in PvE, PvP, or PvE. Weapons can be gemmed with meta gems and one glyph and can be applied. Now, the reason I said weapons can be used in PvP or PvE is because here's what we have. Weapons are kind of both, but armor is either PvP armor or PvE armor. And the reason they're short-term enhancements is because you'll be able to apply a gem and apply a glyph, and it'll change the stats. And if you get a newer, better glyph and gem, then you can put those on there, and it'll be even better stats. But did you know that the only types of gems that can be applied to weapons are meta gems? How many people here are guilty of putting a bio red ruby or some other type of gem on a bow or a sword or something that's used to attack people? This explains it 100%. Glyphs can be applied to PvP or PvE weapons. Meta gems are the only gems that get applied to weapons. That's why I put the Portalis meta gem. So here's the way this works. And watch, because this is how easy it's going to be online. Damage 20, AP 1. You're going to drag your glyph and apply it. Then you're going to drag your meta gem and apply it. And that 21, when you add that AP1, look over here at what your new AP is. If that's 20 and 1, this glyph is now going to add AP1 to that stat. This Portalis meta is going to add D20H20, and now it's going to take that 20 to a 30 and the health to a 10. These are your new stats. So all you're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, are drag glyphs and drag gems on top of it, and the numbers are automatically going to appear. Easy, right? Everybody understand how to gem and how to glyph your weapon? All right. Let's talk about short-term enhancements yet again, because these are the most current glyphs and gems for weapons. Now, there's older ones that you can use. So you certainly can use a one from 6 months ago. But these are the most current ones. And all of these items can be applied to your weapons. So you can see the bioglyph applied to any weapon adds 4 health, 4 damage. The gore glyph applied to any weapon adds 1 AP. Steam Glyph. Applied to any weapon, adds damage 6. Glyph of Fog, adds 7. Portalis Meta, and Glyph. Look at the section right in the middle. Note, armor has specific gems that can be applied to PvP and to PvE. That means Bio Red goes to PvP armor. Stone Rubies go to PvE armor. You see 3 types. Meta gem for weapons, PvP for PvP armor, and PvE for PvE armor. You can see what everything does. All right. Let's talk about armor. Now again, these are short-term enhancements. Skins will be long-term enhancements. So this is just your gems and glyphs right now. PvE armor, gemming, and glyphing. PvE armor is mostly released in sets. Raven is a tier 5 set, consists of 14 different pieces that fill slots on your CRS. Glyphs are universal. So the glyphs I just showed you before can be used for weapons, they can be used for PvP, they can be used for PvE. So all of the glyphs can be used for anything. Raven gear. Health 30. Damage 30. No base, no AP, no APR. We put all 5 of the stats there. So this is an example. The primary difference between PvE gear is how many gem slots it has. That's what's going to be different. Because capes can hold 2 gems and 1 glyph. So we got 1 glyph up here and 2 gems. You know how you'll know? Because when we get the portal up, you're going to see these little slots and you'll be able to drag it and fill it up. So on this particular piece of gear, H30, D30, we're able to add 1 glyph and 2 gems, so we decided to add a ruby and a sapphire. So that means we're going to add 6 in damage, and then another 5 in damage, and then another 6 in health. That's going to be 11 total damage and 6 health. You can see what the new stats are once we do that. The health now goes up to 36, and the damage goes up to 41. Everybody got it? Short-term enhancements. And again, this is much like the other slide. Why did I put all the glyphs in here again? Because glyphs are universal. So you can use that on that Raven gear. And here's the difference. Those are the 2 gems that you can currently use for your Raven gear. Stone Ruby, Stone Sapphire. All right, now let's switch over to everybody's favorite. How about PvP armor? PvP armor is much like PvE armor, except you use different gems, not different glyphs. PvP armor in sets, this is Onslaught. Here's a piece of armor that is health 30, damage 30, base 30, armor pen 10, armor pen resistance 25. This has 2 gem sockets and 1 glyph as a default. So this particular piece of armor, we can add a glyph of brawn, we can add a max titan, we can add a bio base. So after we do that, you can see that's 2 base for the brawn and 3 base for the gem. That's 5 base and 1 AP. We added that over here. The new stats are going to be H30, D30, base 35, AP 11, and your APR 25. And here's a list of all the current gems that you can currently enhance. The glyphs stay the same, but there's Bio Red, Bio Blue, Bio Base, and your Max Titan. All right, everybody, take a deep breath, take a drink, because everything that we do is very similar. So now we're going to talk about Craven Light's favorite, long-term enhancements. Now these are permanent modifications to your weapons and your armor. The gems and the glyphs are short-term. Add a gem, you get a better one. Add a different one, the old one is destroyed. When you add a new gem to an old piece of gear, you can't remove it. Unless it's a deadly diamond. But the other gems that are out there, once you apply them, they're destroyed. All right, let's talk about skins and how easy this is going to be to teach you guys this. Now you're probably like, whoa, that's a lot of stuff up on the screen. But it's very easy. But the skins have changed. So pay close attention before you turn in any skins. This is different. There is now a difference between the number 2 skin and the number 3. So for weapons, gold and platinum are now different amounts, but they're different modifiers. So, silver. Collect 10 silver skins and apply it. It still adds 10% more. Gold is now 15, not 10. Collect 15 gold skins and apply them to a weapon. 15% damage. Now you're probably like, wait a minute. Now I got to collect more to get 15%. That is correct. It used to be collect 10 to get 15. So you lost a little on that. But look at platinum. Platinum is now collect 20 to get 20%. So platinum is in a different tier. So you got 10 silver, 10%, 15 gold, 15%, 20 platinum, 20%, 25 onyx, 25%. Much easier, right? Now you're not trying to figure out, I need how many of this one, and this does how much percent. All right, pay attention to the note here. A weapon level cannot exceed the total ATT of any player. This serves as a soft weapon cap. As ATT advances through XP or bionics, a player may further level their weapons. We're now going to call the weapon level, it's epic level. In some games, it's called item level. But think of your epic level as not exceeding your ATT. If your ATT is 20, how many times can your weapon be leveled up with skins if your ATT is 20? Not gems, not glyphs, skins only. How many sets of skins can you apply to a weapon if you are ATT 20? Uh, 20. If your ATT is 20 dimes, that is your total ATT. Don't confuse people. If your level was 20, it would be +6 plus your bionics. But I said ATT. So your total ATT is assuming your level and your bionics and everything else has already been added into that. All right. So I want to make sure that I'm not just doing this stream for nothing. So I'm going to ask more people to participate. Because if it's only 3, I can send you out the PowerPoint if you guys got me playing in the background. And I don't need to go through all the explanations. So again, I know all of this. I'm doing all of this for you guys. I created it. It's easy for me to know it. This is effective today. All right. Those are your skins. Guess what? Weapon skins work exactly the same way. Your armor skins and your weapon skins. Prime is now 10 and 10. Iconic is now 15 and 15. Epic, 20 and 20%. And Stellar is 25 and 25. Now, it's important to note that when you apply these, it is going to increase the primary statistic on that item. In case of a tie, we will either have a primary statistic highlighted or you'll have the option to choose. I don't know how that's going to work yet on the portal. All right, let's talk about pets and inventory. Although pets have no inventory slot on CRS, they're treated much the same way as weapons. Their damage or effect is calculated on the fly, and they can be leveled up using various pet summon skins. The account awards page, as well as the main inventory page, will allow to view 3 pets. A non-upgraded pet, there you can see Pike. Red Mac, there's one that's already red upgraded. There's a Gold Nolan, there's a mythic pet. Some battle pets are part of PvP sets, and they can be upgraded like other pets. Pet skin upgrades. Red summon skins, applying a set of 10 skins will increase the high stat by 10%. Gold, applying a set of 25 gold skins will increase it by an extra 10%. But keep in mind, you cannot apply gold unless it's already been created as a red pet, or if it is a cosmic pet. Mythic, applying a set of 30 mythic skins will increase the high stat by 15% and add mythic to the pet. And extra mythic skins will continue to add an extra set of 25 mythic Pike, level 1, level 2, level 3. So you can continue to add mythic set after mythic set after mythic set. And here's an example. You guys have seen this with the boxes, but we want a stable to be able to display pets kind of like up on a screen, like so. All right, that is 28 pages of bionics, of explanations. I'm going to open it up to you guys for any questions or any slides or anything you might want further explanation. I got about 10 minutes to do a little bit of Q&A. I said we want to keep this under 2 hours, and we have. So we're making great time. And even if you're doing upgrades for other people, at least now they'll understand what you're doing for them and how some of those numbers come to be. Because I think a lot of times people don't realize that, wait, my health is 400 and somebody else has a lot of damage. And there are modifiers put on this. So look, somebody with 800 damage is not hitting somebody one time with 400 health and killing them. But they're doing bigger chunks of damage every time they hit. Now, we may get to a point in the game with future gear sets to where health takes a giant leap. And what I mean by that is, in order for me not to use multipliers on the game, I would have to set everybody's health at around 10,000, right? And then you'd be able to say, okay, well, my total damage is 2,000 and their total health is 10,000. I'm hitting them for 20%. When we get to the web version of the game, That's likely going to be the algorithm that we use. But it's not, because we like the unpredictability of, there is no exactness in Play Dead Live except for armor pen and armor pen resistance. The damage and the health and the boss damage and the wall damage are all hit the person and scale what you do next based on what data you figure out. And I'll use the analogy again. If you walk into a bar and you get in a fight, you don't know how tough that other person is, right? You might think like, hey, I hit really hard. And you may go to punch that person and you're like, whoa, that didn't knock them out. We got a problem here. That's the way I want you guys to think about the game, because in a lot of games, you know your enemies' exact health points, and you're there doing the math, and you figure like, I got to time this. Okay, 3 point, I got to hit them exactly for this amount in order to win. That's not the way things are. And that's not the way our game has ever been. Which is why we work in modifiers and percentages. Now, I will tell you, when you get hit by somebody that has 1,000 damage and has a doom, and you have low health, you will know. We saw it. We've seen it the last couple weeks. You know. But we still are not at a point in the game where any player plus their weapon can one-shot a person. But I did see an attack last night do 80% damage to a person. Now, there were some other things, the elements, of course. But you're still talking about more than 60% damage from an attack. So it is important that you understand these numbers, that you apply your skins, that you get the best gear you possibly can. That may mean trading for it. But you get the best weapons you can, because I can tell you, we got some predators. We got some people that love to raise their AP. We got some people that love to raise their damage. And they love to hit you with it. And they love to get their career kills. And they want that to be on their stats page. Of course they should. That's what the game is about. It's about going out there trying to win and taking down your opponent. But you'll never have a health and a damage situation in the game where you know exact to the penny what you have to do to destroy somebody. But you'll have a good idea. We saw Flyrod do this a couple weeks ago, where Flyrod was like, let's not hit Dow because it's going to take 2 more hits to kill him. That's exactly the way you're supposed to strategize. It's based on how many attacks that it's going to take in order to achieve what you want to achieve. Again, that may have to change online, because online, there's no AI in online. You have to be able to hit something for a certain amount and achieve what you want to achieve. But I want to keep the game as pure as possible. All right. Craven Light says, so we can make the changes on our CRS immediately, starting right now. This presentation is now over. You guys enjoy The Walking Dead tonight. We'll get a live stream for you guys later on. And I'm off tomorrow. You can certainly send me character record sheets or whatever you want to do tomorrow. I probably won't be responding to a lot. And I will see you guys Tuesday night. Tonight and Tuesday night. So have a good one, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And hopefully all of this helps. I'll talk to you all soon. See ya.